is Chloe Demir of Save Victor Will. How's everybody doing today? Amazing, I hope. It is another video from the Older Than Average YouTuber here on the YouTube. And today we are going to be doing Easter looks. There's going to be 2 Easter looks. We are going to start with my Good Friday look and we will end with my Easter Sunday look. There will also be an exciting announcement in the video, so you will want to watch. And we will be doing our looks with the Sugar and Grunge Palette by Blend Bunny Cosmetics. So if that's something you're into, you're in the right place. And you know what you need to do? You need to keep on watching. Hey everybody, are we ready for our first Easter look? I am. So I'm playing with this palette. So I kind of broke my no-buy for this because they were 50% off. I bought one for my friend Wilma for her birthday. And I decided to get one for myself too. It was one I've been eyeing for a while, and of course the price was right. And I want to discuss this a little bit. So this is the Blend Bunny Cosmetics. This is Sugar and Grunge. It is 24 shades of the 90s Sweetheart palette for eye and face. It is a really beautiful palette. It is like pastel-y, yet grungy. It's as the cover says, it's Sugar and Grunge, and it doesn't want to come out. Here we go. So here it is. Let's take a look at this color story. So this is what we're going to be working with for both our looks today. I did play with this once. I did post a look on my Instagram, but let's talk a little bit. So Blend Bunny all of a sudden put this announcement. Somebody was trying to sue them and they decided that it wasn't worth the money and the trauma for a palette that's been selling well but isn't an anchor palette. So she decided to sell these off for 50% off, and the reason why is because it had the word grunge in it. And of course, somebody who's going to sue is going to go after a smaller independent brand, because I don't see them going after Pat McGrath and Huda and other people that have used grunge, at least not as far as I know. And then apparently in between the lawyers talking, there was something about this person apparently having deep pockets. So was it worth it to go to court or whatever to keep this palette? No. I hear that it might be changed and maybe under a different name in the future. That would be great because this is a beautiful color story and their quality is amazing. But I just kind of wanted to do, because again, I worked in music in the 90s. Grunge was a big thing. I'm a big fan of Nirvana. And so I believe this person, I'm not sure if they're with a brand or if they're another makeup brand, but I think they were a band that was doing this. But so if we want to look at here, what really the term of grunge, and it says sometimes referred to as a Seattle sound, is an alternative rock genre and subculture which emerged during the mid 1980s in the U.S. State of Washington, particularly in Seattle, home of Nirvana, and I believe Pearl Jam as well, and nearby town. Grunge fuses elements of punk rock and heavy metal. The genre featured the distorted electric guitar sounds used in both genres, though some bands performed with more emphasis on one or the other. And there we go. Grunge also incorporates influences from indie rock bands such as Sonic Youth. Lyrics are typically angst-filled and introspective, addressing themes such as social alienation, self-doubt, abuse, neglect, betrayal, social and emotional isolation, addiction, psychological trauma, and a desire for freedom, which of course all teenagers do. Nirvana is probably the most successful band of the genre here. They're saying that they had sold over 27 million in the United States alone. That's a lot. I don't think bands sell as much as they used to. It's very sad that the music industry used to be great. So now we want to go on the thing about grunge. It says here, the early grunge movement revolved around Seattle's independent record label, Sub Pop. I love Sub Pop. I have tons of Sub Pop albums. I used to love going to Seattle and having a stop at Sub Pop to pick up music, and they'd always have little collectible things that you could get that you wouldn't get at a general record store, which was very cool. So again, Sub Pop and the region's underground music scene, the owners of Sub Pop marked the style shrewdly, encouraging the media to describe it as grunge. The style became known as a hybrid of punk and metal, and by the early 1990s, its popularity has spread with grunge bands appearing in California, then emerging in other parts of the United States and in Australia, building strong followings, signing major record deals. Grunge was commercially successful in the early 1990s due to releases such as Nirvana's Nevermind, Pearl Jam's 10, Soundgarden's Soundgarden's Super Unknown, Alice in Chains' Dirt, and Stone Temple Pilots' Core. And then it says the success of these bands boosted the popularity of alternative rock and made grunge the most popular form of rock music. So grunge is a word. I mean, grungy, dirt, it can mean grungy, dirty. And then we've got here the origin of the term, and it says here, the word grunge is the American slang for someone or something that is repugnant and also for dirt. See? The word was first recorded as being applied to Seattle musicians in 1987 when Bruce Pavitt described Green River's Dry as a Bone EP in a Sub Pop record company catalog as gritty vocals, roaring Marshall amps, ultra loose grunge that destroyed the morals of a generation. So unless it's this Bruce Pavitt person suing, which I don't think it is, because apparently the person suing has 6 followers, they really don't have a leg to stand on. So there we go. But I just wanted to talk about that a little bit because I thought it was absolutely ridiculous trying to sue over the word grunge. Come on. It's like trying to sue me for my name. Come on. That's just ridiculous. Alrighty. So let's do a look. I'm going to be using, because I finally finished my P. Louise, I'm going to be using my Gerard Cosmetics, which is also almost at an end, sadly. So I might have to try and see if I can find that somewhere. But I do have a whack of eye primers that I should use first before buying some new ones. So I just thought we're gonna, because it is there again, there are some grungy and some kind of smoky colors in here, or like darker shades. I'm still using white because there is some nice pastels as well in here. The look I believe that I created on my Instagram was using green with a little bit, yeah, I used green. I thought I used purple, but I just used greens in here. So I think today I'm just wearing basically all black. I think I want to play with, for this look, because there's okay. We do have this green row here. We have a turquoisey green row, which of course you know are the ones I gravitate to. But I don't do a lot with purple, and then this row is really nice too. So I think what I want to do is the purple, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do purple with a pop of a green, or if I want to stick to all purple. So we're going to kind of play as we go along for this look. I am meeting a friend for lunch today, so I'm just going to do a rounded look. My next look, even though I'm going to be going out for breakfast with people, I'm going to be probably do a little bit more of a adventurous look, but I thought for this morning, plus I have to film another video to get up, I'm going to do a nice rounded look. There's some nice grays in here too. I'm really liking gray and black. But anywho, so let's start with this little floofy one, and then we're gonna go into the shade that is called Moody. So we're gonna go into this dark purple shade here, and that is called Moody. And then we are going to do that on the outer edge. I do like purples. It's purples and pinks that I sometimes had a little bit more issue with, but I'm getting my groove together and I'm getting more comfortable using those shades. I did do my base today. It is super glowy. I've been finishing off a few things, which will be part of, which will have aired on Friday, which is my quarterly update. So quarterly favorites, quarterly empties, and how I'm doing on my no buy, low buy. And yeah, so I used a primer from Makeup Geek. I've only got one more use left and it's gone and to never be seen again. If I would have known that when they had that first sale I bought in, I would have bought 2 or 3 bottles had I known how much I would have liked it. And then a little bit of that Charlotte Tilbury glowy, I can't remember what it's called, which it was okay. Everybody made this big deal about it, but it's like, it's all right. I'm glad I bought a sample bottle or that smaller tester bottle because it took me forever to use it. It's fine. It does add some glow, but the majority of the glow here, I think, is from my Makeup Geek Glowy Primer. Because I just wanted to do light foundation today, so I thought I could, because you'll see more of my marks and stuff, I thought I could account for, make it look nicer by having it a bit more glow. And then, of course, highlighter as well. does that. Okay, so there we've got a bit of purple. So I placed it with this brush, but I'm going to grab a slightly bigger one and just blend that up a little bit. All right, there we go. This is such a nice palette. And purples can also get, the darker purples I find can sometimes get really patchy. But as you can see, this is doing really nice, and that's me with just patting it on and giving a little bit of a, where am I going here? Blend, but I think I want to raise it a little bit higher. Just because I'm doing a rounded look doesn't mean that I can't make it very, there we go. I think that's better, right? Like just that little bit extra blended out purple on the top there. This is such a pretty shade too. Really glad I got this palette. Again, it was one I was eyeing for a while. It wasn't supposed to be a limited edition palette as far as I know, but here we are. People making it different for other people to run a business over something stupid. Even if I don't, she didn't say who it was and she didn't need to do, but even if the band was called Grunge, they don't have, if it would be another band wanting to have the name, then I could say, but anyways, there we go. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, so we're just gonna work our way up here. So the next shade we're going to use is called Detention, and that is this beautiful purple there. Alrighty, so now we've got Detention. It's that beautiful purple shade. So we're gonna do that. It's gonna be a simple look, but we just want to do Easter color. And that's the other thing about the Sugar and Grunge. I think it's very Easter colory. So, and that's what we want to do. So now I'm trying to decide, do I want to keep it as a purple shimmer, or did I want to use another color? I could use a pink shimmer. Didn't think about that. I was just looking at the green ones. Oh, this is, oh, I really like this shade. See, and they blend nicely together, like they were meant to be together. I washed my hair today. I might do a curl set for my hair for tomorrow. I haven't quite decided. Depends on how my day pans out. It's a little bit harder to sleep in curler sometimes. I can sometimes get it in a way where I can sleep really well, and sometimes it's a little bit of waking up to readjust my head. So it depends on what time I'm thinking of going to bed. Weird reasoning, but here we go. All right, so we have that there. And then for the French shade, because it is it's a pinky purpley shade, it's called Baby Tea. We're gonna use that. I think I might think of, oh, that raspberry shimmer is really pretty, but I think I might use a pink one. I'm actually going to use the same brush that I just used. I'm going to clean it off because that's such a light purple. And then we're gonna go into Baby Tea. Yeah, there's a little bit of kick up in the lighter, even the dark purple, there's a little bit of kick up in here, so do be careful. But I find that even though this one has a little bit of kick up, it doesn't seem to drip all over my face. It nicely stays in the pan or on my eye. So okay, that looks nice. This is going to be just a pretty kind of glowy purple look. I was tempted if I should get some purple highlighter. I do have some. Alrighty, that is cute. And you just come here to see the products, not so much to see me do a look, I would think, because they're normally just fine. Alrighty, so we're gonna go back into Moody. That is the dark purple shade, and we're gonna use that for our under eye. I'm going to, just in case for there, use a smidge of spray. You do it from really far back because this thing is aggressive AF. Alrighty, can't wait till that one's over. Oh, right, we are putting it on the bottom eye, not on our eye. That would have made a mess. There we go. Yeah, I think just the dark purple is good underneath there. Probably have to add a little bit of liner as well. So purples can be a little weird. But that one's doing nice. I like that. All right. I think maybe I'm going to build up a little bit of our first of this same purple on the end. So Moody, just going to add a little bit more. I mean, it is showing a little bit darker in person than it is showing under the lights here. And I even lowered the lights. It was for a kind of a murky day. We were getting a lot of light shining in. So between that and a little bit of fill light here, it was looking super bright. So shimmer. Yeah, because they've got this one called Bubblegum here. I thought that was really pretty. That's very light. Maybe that should be for the inner corner. So let's start with an inner corner, and then we will think about, and then maybe we will do a purple on the lid. Okay, so we're using this shade, this shade here called Bubblegum, and we're gonna stick that into our inner corner. Oh, the purple is really kind of, I don't know if you can see it as much here, but purple in person, it has a little bit of a glow. It's really nice. I think this might need a little spray. I mean, it's a very light pink. It is like more toppery. There we go. There we go. Now I can see it a little bit better. See, because that's basically what you want from your inner corner. You just want that little bit of sparkle, right? And I think that is giving me that. Alrighty, so I think we are going to put a purple shimmer on top. We have, yes, we have one here because it is just the bottom. So basically in this, what is this? 25 shades, 5, 10, no, 20 shade palette. The, excuse me, the bottom 5 are the shimmers. I don't know if this is magnetic because I'd like to move the shimmers around. I don't like that they're not in their corresponding row. But anyways, this is the shade called a Jawbreaker. So I think, yeah, I think that will, yeah, that's really going to show you something. I think that will really go nice on there. Yeah. Really like the one called Don't Speak. This is so pretty. It's like a raspberry. I really like raspberry shades. So I kind of, to start in the middle, kind of looks not quite spotlighty, but I wonder if we took Bubblegum and stuck that on the front over the lavendery purple, if we liked that better, as I'm packing shimmer all over my eyeball. Yeah, let's do that. So let's clean this off. Then we're going to go back into Bubblegum, which is that pink shade. I'm going to add a little bit on top of the light lavendy purple here. Yeah, I like that. Now we can still see the lavender underneath. There we go. Simple yet pretty. All right, we're gonna go finish up and then we can have our final thoughts. And we're back and we are done. So I just added a little bit of this ZZ liner. It's kind of like a reddy purple, or maybe it's supposed to be like duochromy because it looks kind of red, but then it kind of went kind of purpley. Kind of liked it. So I thought it went well with that. I used then a little bit, this is from Annabelle, so I used one of their chrome coal liners just in the waterline. Then I decided I did need a little bit of purple highlight, so I went into the Over the Rainbow palette from Rising Star. It is this beautiful palette here. I wanted it for this, but I do like this purple. I tried to keep it as much closer to the eye look as I can. And then on my lips, I've got from a Colored Rain Arabian Nights on my lips. I thought I'd add my little bird cage. And there we go. There is look one, my Good Friday look using the Blend Bunny Sugar and Grunge palette and a little lesson on grunge. And there we go. So on to the next look. Okay, so we are going to do our second look today. We are getting ready for Easter. It is Saturday, but I'm meeting some my extended fam out for breakfast, and we're gonna have a hang today. So I thought I would do a makeup look, so I thought I could film it. So and it'll be up on Easter. So if you need something for Easter Sunday or Easter Monday as a look, I got you covered. So we've got our first look there, and we're going to be working on our second one. Hey, just interrupting this video very quickly for a special announcement. We are going to be doing a giveaway when we hit 400 subscribers. We just beat 330 and a little bit, and we're really excited that we are growing, and we hope to have a giveaway at 400. So I know there's been something niggling at your brain. I know there's something you're like, what am I missing in my life? What has been just niggling me for days? And I know what it is. It's this. You want one of these. You want one of these beautiful Saint Angel Sinners makeup cases, and you want it filled with some special bonus treats. I know you do. So when we hit 400 subscribers, we are going to be doing a giveaway with St. Angel Sinners, which will include one of these beautiful makeup cases with some items inside. What's inside? I ain't telling. Maybe we'll give some sneak peeks a little bit closer too. So this is going to be at 400 subscribers. So there's just going to be a few things you're going to need to do. You're going to need to be following me on YouTube, so you're going to have to be subscribed. You're going to have to be subscribed to my Instagram. The links will be down below. And I'm going to do up a contest thing on Instagram that will relate back to here as well. So you're going to need to comment on there saying that you've seen this on the YouTube video. And then down below, you're going to also need to tell me that you would like to be entered and how I can get a hold of you if you win. So when we hit 400 subscribers, I will pull a winner and you can again win one of these beautiful cases filled with a few extra goodies. I'm excited. How about you? And then maybe we might do something else special at 500. We haven't quite decided, but the brain is working, things are ruminating, you never know. So anyways, if you'd like to enter my contest, again, you need to be subscribed to my YouTube, you need to be following me on my Instagram, letting me know down below if you'd like to enter, how to get a hold of you, and then on my Instagram post that should come up on Sunday as well, maybe click that you've come from my YouTube. That would be fabulous. It will be about to this video, the Easter video, so you'll know which one to comment on. So anyways, that's it. Let's get back to the rest of the video. Please. I'm just going to highlight first. I've got to the Blend Bunny Cosmetic Not So Lucent palette. It shows here on the back what shades these will go to. When you look at here really quickly, they usually look kind of, except for this one, a little bit white, but when you tilt, you can see all the different colors that these highlight to. So we're going to pick to an Eastery color. We did a purple highlight yesterday using a different palette. So I think today we are going to use, I haven't decided what colors we're going to use. So let's do this beautiful yellow shade. And the yellow shade is called, there's a name on here, it is called Enlighten. So I think that's what we're going to use today. And Enlighten is this shade right here. So we're just going to go a little bit of this to give us a little bit of highlight, because I thought since we're doing Blend Bunny, I might as well use a little bit of the highlighter. I really do like it. It is a fabulous palette. I got it on a crazy sale that she did just on the highlighter palette, maybe a few months after it came out. So anyways, now it's back to the thing that we're here for. It is the Sugar and Grunge palette for look number 2. So I'll pop a video on top of a look that I did that was on Instagram, and that was using the green shades. Yesterday we did a look using the purple shades. So we have played with these greens, we've played with these purples. So what would we like to do? I'm not feeling very neutral today. I do have a bluish top on, so I'm almost tempted to use the turquoises, but this does have red in it. So I'm thinking maybe we can play with these colors here, so I can play with this beautiful raspberry shimmer that's called Don't Speak. So I think that's going to be our plan today. And then as always, I'm always trying to use up a primer. So we are using, again, the Gerard Cosmetics, again, using a white one because there are some lighter shades in here. Oops, I grabbed my highlighter brush. Oh, well, committed to this course of action. So let's go like so and like so. Make sure I don't grab too much because a little goes a long way. I already did my base. So I want to make sure that I don't make a mess because I need to get ready before breakfast. Luckily, I can edit this in the afternoon, so that part isn't a rush. But as I'm filming this early on a Saturday morning, it has gotten nice and sunny, so I'm really excited about that. So I guess it means I get to wash my highlighter brush. Okay, so we decided we were going to do the red shades. So I'm going to start again as I generally do with the darkest shade, and we are going to go with the one that is called Drew, and that is that shade there. So we're going to find, I think I want to do a little bit of an angled look today, so I'm just going to use this cute little brush. This is from Creature Cosmetics, and it's one of the boomsticks. So again, we're going to go into Drew, and I think we are going to wing out to here. I did do my brows a little bit, so I did take a few hairs off, so I have a little bit more space. I'm not brave enough like some people do to take a whole chunk off, or to take the brows off totally. I think it's because I always remember I had an aunt who used to always shave off her brows and then just draw them back in, and I was just always like, well, why are you drawing them back in? You have brows. But I know for sometimes you don't have the right shape that you like, or they're not full enough. Like I have pretty sparse lashes too, but you know, here we are. So I haven't had a chance to use these colors yet, so it's nice to do something a little bit different and get this palette to go through its paces. Alrighty, I've got my devil horns going, but we're gonna add another color in a second here. Just wanted to kind of plan out my winged part, making sure we're pretty balanced, and then we can go from there. So I don't know. I know a lot of people don't, because they'll classify Easter as a religious holiday. A lot of people don't celebrate, but I have a lot of fond memories from Easter. So for those that celebrate Easter, happy Easter. And if you don't, or you just for kids do the just like Easter egg hunt and stuff like that, or going to the park, that's lovely too. You don't have to be religious to celebrate. I think it's just nice to do things with the family together. I'm going to be tomorrow for Easter Sunday with my parents. We will be snacking and puzzling and visiting. Maybe we'll go for a walk if it stays this nice out as well. Okay, so we're going to take the shade that is called Flannel. So that is the next one here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it along the edge and then pull that over. I'm kind of liking this brush for at least the beginning part, so I'm just going to clean that off and use the same one. I just did tons of brushes to wash, and I already got another cup going, I tell you. But it is healthier for you to clean your brushes frequently. Luckily, I've over time collected a good chunk of brushes. I did go through mine. I've got a set that's going to go to a friend, and then another set that's now becoming a travel set, and then a few that were like frayed and really old I got rid of. But I still have a nice assortment of brushes, so I could technically go for quite a while using new brushes without washing them, you know? But here we are. I'm just gonna start like that and then match that up on the other side. If I need to, I can still clean up a little bit to the edges with a Q-tip or a sponge. If you celebrated Easter or still do you have any traditions or things that you did with your parents or with your kids for Halloween? Yeah, that season's coming up soon. For Easter, I got obsessed with ABBA was the first band I got into. I got obsessed with music by the time I was about 4 or so, and I had a stereo by the time I was 5. And from 7, I was banned from buying records. And then a year later, my dad caught my aunt sneaking in records and then said, whatever, do whatever you want, waste all your money on music. But then they were enablers, so instead of hunting for a lot of Easter eggs and chocolate, I got to hunt for vinyl when I was a kid. So I always have those fun memories as a kid, being able to I'd always get, because I liked white chocolate. I like dark chocolate, but I also liked white chocolate bunnies. So I always got a white chocolate bunny, and I could hunt for records. I always got 1 or 2 records. So my parents would hide them in the yard, and I'd run it out and find them. So slightly different, but there we go. My mom is Catholic. My dad is Protestant. So my dad didn't really worship or anything. My mom did, but didn't really go to church. I think it was just too busy working and surviving, but she does like to celebrate some of the religious holidays. And watching an Easter, things like the robe was her favorite thing to do. She really loved Charlton Heston. Alrighty, so there we go. So we've got those two first shades. I kind of blended them up together there. So I'm now going to go into the lightest shade, and it is called, I'll say something girl. It is called Skater Girl. All right, is that ate that through me. So right there, Skater Girl. So that is the lighter shade. I'm going to find a floofy brush here that I've not used, and then we're going to go into Skater Girl. Bring that here and use that to blend nicely in together to smooth the edge out, and then I'll go along the top, and then we'll need to redo some of the other colors again. As usual, just trying to place everything, get my shape, our colors, and then our blending. So we've got, I don't want to go much higher. I don't think so. I think we'll just go, take a little bit of the excess primer off. There we go. Okay, and then this one spot of purple went a little bit, or raspberry, a little bit dark, like just into one spot. So we're just gonna try and smooth that out a little. Yeah. Okay, so the only one I think I need to add a little bit more is our second shade, and that was the one called Flannel. That was a grunge staple now, wasn't it? Flannel. Actually, even before grunge, I went for a couple years to a school where me and my friends were the only new wavers and everybody else were metalheads. So I did have a plaid Mac jacket for a little while, trying to do the fitting in part, but that didn't last very long. There we go. I mean, you know, as a teenager, you want to do things to fit in, but when it is not a fit, I didn't continue. So me and my two besties at the time were like basically three of the only, I guess, alternative-y type kids in our class, in our school. All right, and then I'm going to go one more time into Skater Girl, and then we'll do the bottom lash line. The light pastel-y shades in here all seem to have feels like a little bit of a glow to them. They're really pretty. I really like them. All right, so now for our bottom lash line, I think we're just going to use the shade Drew, and we're going to keep it at that. Oh, I forgot to bring a spray. So let's be gentle. Probably gonna have to go get one for the shimmers, I think. Alrighty, so I've got the shade Drew there. Alrighty, so we want to use the raspberry shade Don't Speak as our main shimmer, I think. But I think I might repeat, I was going to first repeat a bubblegum for the inner corner. But for the lighter shade, I think I'm going to put this peach shade on top called Prom Queen. So then I'm going to put a little bit using my finger on front and see how that looks. Because the pink Skater Girl, it's like a pink with almost like a hint of peach in it. So let's pop that on top. Oh yeah, that worked really good. I like that. Okay, so here we go. We have got Prom Queen up front. So, oh, that's pretty. And then we are going to use Don't Speak. So, and then again was Prom Girl, and now we're going to use Don't Speak on the rest of the lid. Again, like I said, I forgot my spray, so let's see if we can get it on nicely with a phalange. That is a very beautiful shade. Yeah, that's nice. Probably a good excuse just to stick my finger into these because they're so soft and silky and are just so nice and tactile. There we go. So I think for the inner corner, let's go back to our Knock Lucent palette and let's go into the shade that is called Dreamlike. So Dreamlike is this very bright pink. So let's take a small brush in here. I do. So we're gonna go in, yeah, let's go into Dream. Should we do Dreamlike or should we do, Phenomena? No, let's do Phenomena instead, which is this one. It's a lighter pink. I think we should stick a little bit lighter. I think the other one might be too dark, even though I really like that shade. So let's just go. There will be helpful. Yeah, see how pretty that is? And bright? Yeah, that was about right. Yeah. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go finish up with some liner and stuff and I'll be right. So here we are with our final look. I added a little bit from Propa Beauty, some Audacious lipstick with a little bit of Prism lip gloss from Trixie Cosmetics on top. In the waterline, rest in peace, Makeup Geek, a little bit of Plumeria in the waterline. This is one of my favorite liners. And then I used the same from ZZ that I used yesterday just to go along the lash line or just along the edge. A little mascara, and then I quickly just to point the edge because it was a bit rounded, and that's it. That's our second look completed. And as a refresher, we also use for inner corner and highlight from the Knock Lucent palette. So we use the two shades out of here, and then of course the Blend Bunny Sugar and Grunge to complete our Easter look for Easter Sunday. If I had time, I'd film one for Easter Monday, but here we are. So this look was using these shades here. Our first look was looking purple, and then I did show a photo from when I used this row here and here. So there we go. There are some Easter looks playing with the Sugar and Grunge palette, a little bit of a talk about the grunge incident, and about my little special announcement. So anyways, that's it from me. If you like this video, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe even hit that notification bell. If not, that's okay. We can still be friends and we can play with everything Blend Bunny together. As always, behave, make good choices, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.